guys, welcome to another episode installment of Scriptures in Wallstreet. I'm your host, Carlos Cortez, joined with one of our in-house financial consultants, Dustin Tate, all the way from Arizona. He's here to talk about government spending, what we can do, how we can prepare for it. If you haven't had a chance to look at usdebtclock.org, go right now, check it out, and then watch this podcast so you understand that we're all on the same page. So, Dustin, thanks for coming by. It's an honor to have you here. I love working with you. Dustin is a true patriot as well, and one of our financial consultants that is a God first, America first type of retirement planner here. And this is why I've chosen him to be associated with our company. But more importantly, I just wanted to talk about the dangers of all this government spending that we have going on. What's it really mean for America? What's it really mean for retirement? And more importantly, how do millennials embrace this new deficit? And also, when the Z generation have kids, their baby's already born with negative checking accounts. This government spending is terrible. And with stupid face in office, it's just getting worse and worse by the day. What are your thoughts right now on the government spending, Dustin?
Uncontrollable, unjustifiable. 2 words. Uncontrollable and unjustifiable spending. The student loan relief program, so everyone that had a gender studies degree can get their loans paid off, is $1 trillion overnight, folks. We have $30 trillion in debt since this country was formed, and we just added $1 trillion. People don't understand the impact of a million, billion, trillion, right? And you'll hear me say it all the time. A million's gonna have you count. Well, if you count $1 million, it's gonna take you 11 and a half days. You count $1 billion, it's gonna take you 32 years. You count $1 trillion, it's gonna take 32,000 years. So people don't realize the impact of $1 trillion. They just throw it around.
We're not even guaranteed to live that long, let alone these financial institutions that all took the jab. Who knows how long they're going to live?
Oh, goodness.
But having said that, guys, we have a massive, massive, massive problem. I've been saying this since day one. The government has full control of your retirement, your 401ks and IRAs. How do you think they're going to fund all this stuff, all this money? It's already written, guys. And because you have financially inoculated your money by having your wealth built into an IRA and 401k, the government, come Social Security time, will smack you in the face like Negan in The Walking Dead. They will simply just penalize you to death. Yeah. Right now in 2022, you cannot take over more than $19,560 without incurring a 50% penalty. So everybody that has built into a tax-deferred account, such as a 403B, 457, simple IRA, if you're a business owner, SEP IRA, 401k, traditional IRA, anything qualified, you have financially inoculated your money. And this whole tax bomb that is coming right now is just massive. And unfortunately, the millennials don't understand this. No. They don't understand that as you defer your payments, as you defer your taxes, you're just snowballing. So talk about, Dustin, about your opinion on this deficit. We have the usdebtclock.org.
Yes. And
let's talk about the number one on the bottom right of that website. What's it say there? What's it really mean? What's our true national deficit? And why is the media not covering this?
That's a great question. So usdebtclock.org, great app. Good website too. You can hop on there. You can see past economic environments. You can look into the future to see what they're going to be doing and what they predict. But if you look at it as of today, we have over $170 trillion in U.S. unfunded liabilities. And not enough people understand what they consider a U.S. unfunded liability. Now, I've got an accounting background, so I'm kind of nerdy when it comes to the balance sheets of things. And being that they put that it's generally accepted accounting principles, they can get away with this. On that balance sheet, an unfunded liability includes Social Security, Medicare, and federal veteran employee benefits. And those are all things that are deducted from every paycheck right now. So how is it unfunded? Folks, it brings the question, who is going to pay for all these programs? And I think we know the answer to that.
Absolutely. And I think the bottom line is, do you trust the government with your retirement?
Absolutely not. What's the question we asked, the 1 to 10?
Yeah, from 1 to 10, how much do you comment on the video? How much from 1 to 10, 1 being low and 10 being you 100% trust them? how much do you trust the government from 1 to 10?
-10.
And we get the -10 response or run.
But it's a good question because it's
Yeah.
all right. How much do you trust them? And then you say you get nothing but zeros. You get nothing but negatives. Maybe a 1. I think the highest we got was a 2. But why are these folks doing the exact opposite with the retirements?
Yeah.
If you don't trust them with your retirement, why are you letting them tell you how much you can put it in and when you can put it in when you can take it out,
Yeah.
how much they're going to keep?
Yeah.
Why involve them at all?
Yeah, so it really is scary. And if you look at the unfunded liabilities, it was 171 trillion, a just ungodly amount of number. I can't even count that high.
No.
They didn't teach us that in grade school or even college, because college is so woke these days. But the Common Core is messing me up, guys.
Yeah.
Pray for me.
Yep. Keep you strong.
I'm messing. But $513,758 per citizen. So every person that is born, we're already $500,000 in the hole. What about all those illegals coming up from the border that are posting up here and having babies? How much unfunded liabilities do they add to the equation? So this is why immigration is so important to me. As a Hispanic American, my family came here legally. My father fought for our country, and we went through the right way. Some of my staff in my office came here legally, did it the right way. And they're upset that they're actually getting, people are coming up through our borders the wrong way, and they're getting all these welfare checks. They're getting cell phones, like the old Obama phones. They have those for illegal immigrants that are coming up. Handouts. And so I have a friend, actually, he was on Fox News this morning. He paid off $190,000 in student loans that he's pissed.
Oh, yeah.
That Joe Biden just gave a massive handout.
Oh, yeah.
He is so pissed.
I'm not happy about it either.
And he's just an entrepreneur. He's a hardworking, God-fearing American. And guess what? He's a man of color, a man of faith. He was not asking for a handout. He worked like a grown man and provided for his family, built the business the American way, and paid his dues. And God bless you, Sherman. But I hope you're listening to this podcast. But, more Americans need to be more like you. And so what we are just basically saying is that as you build up your retirement, guys, the government has no recourse to pay for this debt. They have to pay for this debt. And there is about $30 trillion in qualified retirement plans that have never been taxed. We don't even know the taxation of your financially inoculated IRAs and 401ks. So quit building your net worth in a tax-deferred account, because you have no idea how long it's going to last you, how much taxes you're going to pay, and what type of investments you're going to have in those accounts. Most importantly, with this new executive order, 14067 by Stupid Face Biden, signed on March 9th of this year, they're creating a whole new framework on digital assets. So if you try to get out of the system and you still are in a gold IRA, or if you're in a gold Bitcoin account, they still own the rights on how to control, manipulate the IRA.
Yep.
And it will exemplify, and it will be just exacerbated once you're on Social Security. You are financially inoculating your money, and you're tithing your money to the system in the future tense. As America grows, our deficit grows. We're growing by the second. NationalDebtClock.org is a great source, so you can look at it. And that's what they're reporting. I mean, I have clients that say, Carlos, no, the national deficit's $500 trillion. They're not even reporting the true unfunded liabilities. So who knows what the true deficit is? And the thing is, you have to protect your retirement. What is the solution? So we've given you the problem, but what is the solution?
Absolutely.
The solution is getting out of a government written contract. Back in the day, Roosevelt came out with Social Security, and he utilized cash value life insurance companies. Cash value life insurance companies, if you build permanent cash value wealth inside of a permanent cash value, you have the ability to grow tax-free. You have the ability off the radar of the United States
not reportable.
IRS. It's not reportable. And so we're big proponents of what the banks are using with their money. They're using these type of contracts to build their own wealth inside of banks. Absolutely. They're buying buildings, they're buying real estate, They're doing key man insurance on these big executives that are worth hundreds of millions of dollars. So we want to bring that to everyday America.
Yep.
We want to bring that to your local real estate developer that building skyscrapers, utilizing what the banks are using. So if that's you, if you're ultra high net worth, give us a call. If you're just a middle America person, give us a call. There's always a plan for you. But we want to do a conversion into a tax-free bucket that the government does not have control over you, especially when you go into Social Security mode. You are going to be financially inoculated. You will not be able to pull money out of your IRA as you think. We're taught the American dream is to save into the 401k, have your job, get married, have kids, save into your 401k, get the match. And then once you start withdrawing your money, bam, that's when the inoculation happens. Mm-hmm. And so when it comes to Social Security, we have a solution. That solution is building your wealth in a tax-free bucket that the government didn't write, but you wrote it in a private manner. So if you're a sovereign citizen, if you feel that you don't want to give your hard-earned dollars back to America through taxation and paying for, you disinherit the IRS. And unfortunately, middle of America has fallen to this IRA trap. And we have a solution here. We want to show you how you can do not just a Roth conversion, because a lot of people just run to the Roth conversion, but the Roth conversion is owned by the federal government. Right. They make all the rules and regulations. Mm-hmm. So, Dustin, what's your experience with these IRA conversion strategies we have been able to help many clients with? What is your experience? What kind of feedback you're getting from our clients on that? So kind of talk about that real quick as we have a few minutes here.
Yeah, fantastic question. So this is probably one of the only programs I've had in my career where we've got clients volunteering their statements. And it's not about the performance, but it's really the concept of building tax-free cash for retirement that is truly outside of the market manipulation, truly outside of the tax rate time bomb. And this is exactly what banks, corporations, and families that run this country have been doing for 150 years. And like you said, bringing that to the individual investor over the last 10 or so years in this world has certainly changed the game.
Right on.
So I would highly recommend people to familiarize themselves with IRS code 7702. If you get bored, look up IRS code 7702 in banks. You'll see that banks have put 3 times as much money into these insurance policies than they have their own bank premise assets since the pandemic started. This is right in front of our eyes, folks.
Right in front of our eyes. And, all these people passing away from, I know the deaths are up like crazy, but fortunately, in order to be a solvent insurance company, they have to already in their books actuarially design a plan where an act of God happens every 40, 50 years. And so they're built to exist and be financially solvent because of a pandemic of some sort. That's already in their protocols to stay solvent. Oh yeah. So we have a list of our preferred America First companies that we rely on that are not promoting Juneteenth. It used to be if they celebrated Juneteenth and masked their employees and force mandated. Now Juneteenth's a banking holiday, so all the companies on Wall Street and insurance companies are closed. So I can't say that anymore. But we want to work with companies and financial institutions that keep God, country, and family aligned with our core values. So this is why I preach you need to have an advisor. You need to have a financial coach that believes in what you believe in. No longer should you go across the street on the Luciferian Wall Street and deal business with someone that doesn't agree with you spiritually, ethically, now medically, politically. You need to have an advisor that is on the same page as you are. And that's why we're independent. If your advisor is so good, then why isn't he opening his own firm? Why is he still associated with the big banks?
Creating a loan with the government and trying to show your retirement account.
Yeah.
That's what a qualified account is.
Yeah, exactly. You're creating a tax-deferred loan with the government. And honestly, it's just a partnership. So give us a call, 813-448-3446. You'll get to speak with Dustin or I. You can go on our calendar at cortezwm.com and schedule a consultation. There's a few little questionnaire there, and you will be able to consult with Dustin or I. And more importantly, if you cannot make our webinars on AmericaFirstRetirementPlan.com Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7 p.m., you can just go and call us at 813-448-3446, or you could visit our website, cortezwm.com. There is a QR code in the bottom of this video. I don't know if it's on the bottom left or the bottom right, but just scan it and it'll go right to our booking consultation page, and you'll have the opportunity for us to meet. And we can also look at IRA strategies on how to convert your IRAs into a bucket that the government no longer owns, and that you can retire securely. Financial independence.
There we go.
Financial independence, where you actually control your estate. Imagine controlling your estate. God calls you home. You're giving all of your hard net worth to your family tax-free. We want to get out of the tax inoculation that all of America's in. It's not a popular subject, but it is to me, because I want to wake up every single day and tell you and bring you awareness of the problems that are coming. It is a freight train. It is a guarantee that taxes are going to go up. What are you doing today? You should be asking your advisor, what are you doing to protect me from taxation in the future? With that being said, I've gotten over time, but God bless you guys. I got to go take my son to ice hockey. Dustin, it was awesome having you.
Thank you for having me.
God bless you, and we'll see you soon.
Absolutely.
Have a great one, guys.
Thanks, folks.